This week on Clinic Chats, we're going to talk about the weird and the wonderful. Hey, I am Eloise Axel. I'm an intuitive healer based in the UK. And as I sat down today to go, what does everyone need to know about? The weird and the wonderful, the wacky came up. And I was like, well, that's an interesting topic. Let's see where we go with this one. So, some of us are a little bit more tuned in to maybe what we could call the unseen or the magic of life, synchronicities. Like we could use loads of different words. I like the word magic, but kind of like with a K. Um, it's like just being an allowance of like things happening that maybe don't make sense or just have that energy to them that they're not from this world or and like some of us are just more tuned into these things, and other people just, if I can't see it, touch it, taste it, or smell it, it doesn't exist. And want logical science for everything. And the world's very black and white. We're all different. We're all on different ends of the spectrum. So I think what comes up when I sit down with this topic is the energy of just being open to the magic of the universe. It's like we can shut the door down a little bit for various reasons. Now, I talk a lot about this when I talk about intuition because I've done a lot of intuition courses. If you want to take some of them, you'll probably find something below on it. Look up intuition talks. But like with the intuition, it's another thing that people can be very black and white about, whether they think it exists or not. They just think it's a coincidence or but it's like when we start asking for something to be in our life and we focus on it, we create more of it. Now, we can have that kind of inbuilt bias, and I think we can use it to our advantage. So I forget the actual technical term for this, but that basically, if you have a belief system, your brain wants to find evidence for that belief system all the time because it wants to tell you that how you think the world is how it is. So it will find more and more evidence to back up your belief system and tell you that you're right. So it's very helpful. This is this is why if I use a very simple example when I teach and talk about this a lot. Like if you have two people walk down the same street, like in the same moment practically, if one of them has a really strong belief system that the world is a dangerous place, their brain is going to scan that street and feed back information that proves the world is a dangerous place. So they're going to see the broken glass and that man that they're a bit unsure of, and they're going to see the clouds, and they're just going to see anything that backs up that the world is a horrible place. If someone walks down the same street in the same moment who has a belief system that the world is amazing and love is everywhere, and they're really like kind of happy clappy, as I call them, they're going to have a completely different experience. They're not going to see the broken glass. They're going to see the flowers growing through the crack in the pavement. They're going to see the cat in the windowsill. They're going to see the little kids, having fun or waving to them. They're going to have a completely different experience because their brain is also feeding back data. There's billions of bits of data coming into our system at all times. It feeds back to you what your brain thinks you want to know, to back up your belief systems so that you're being told you're right all the time and you don't feel like you're going crazy. So whatever you focus on is what you see, if that makes sense. So we can talk about this in multiple ways and get into it, but whatever you focus on expands, basically. Like if you focus on debt and disaster and that's what you're going to get more of. And if you focus on good stuff, you're going to get more of that. Now, it isn't just what gets fed back to you, it becomes like your world, and you don't see the other side of it. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not there or that you don't acknowledge it. Like, I like to think that the world's a beautiful place. Yeah, I know darkness and evil exists, and I acknowledge that, but I still want to focus on the world being an amazing, magical place because that's what I want to bring about and manifest in the world. Now, not just for me, for everybody. So we will naturally have this bias of information, and you could read the same newspaper article, three people, and depending on your belief system, you'll just pick out the stuff that backs up what you think. So we can have this bias of what we focus on, like, gets fed back to us literally. But we know if we focus on something, it expands. So if I have a belief system that, my experience is that I'm in debt and I keep focusing on my debt and I'm just like living and breathing, oh, I've got to pay my debt back. I'm focusing on debt. I'm going to create more debt in my life. If I focus on, abundance or the money's coming or, or like just focus on creating things that people might choose, I'm going to like focus on something else, and something else could be my reality. So what we focus on expands. So, we bring more of it into the world. If we're all walking around thinking the world is a magical, amazing place, we're all getting data sent back to us for that. There is no need for the data for the broken glass and all the dodgy stuff. So it actually starts to alter reality to match how we are thinking, not just for us, but for everybody. So when you have a shift in the collective consciousness of everybody to something being a reality, it becomes a reality. What we focus on as a collective becomes the like global bias, and really changes the world. So this is why when a lot of people get together and meditate on, in a certain city, the crime rate goes down. Like they can statistically prove these things. So the more we get together and focus on something, like at the moment, all the talk of the climate change, it's just like, it's really depressing. And I'm like, if we all keep focusing on the planet dying and us destroying the planet, guess what's going to happen? We're going to create more of that. If we focus on all the magical things that are happening and all the good stuff that's happening in the environment, and because things are changing for the good in some places, that is going to create a better world. If we keep focusing on disaster, we're going to have more disaster just to back up our belief systems. And that becomes our global bias, and then that becomes reality. So join me in just visualizing the planet being healthy and happy, because that's what I'm focused on. So anyway, back to the world of the wacky and the wonderful. So if I open up to the possibility of magic in life, and I start to think about that, and I start to focus on it, and I start to tap into that energy, I'm going to see and be more in the experience of that. So, sometimes as little kids, we're very open. We can see things other people can't, and we have our imaginary friends that could be real. They could just be entities. Like, we're really aware, we're really open to things. And then as we kind of sometimes shut things down as we get older, or we get told we shouldn't talk about those things, or da 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 da, it kind of suppresses some of the magic that we have as kids. So this is my invitation to you to tap back into that magic. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already are, but why not ask to turn it up a bit? If I focus on my world being a magical place, and I want to see and feel and breathe the magic of life, then that's what I'm going to get more of. Whatever that is to you, it might be just being really lucky. It might be having more possibilities. It might be having more synchronicities in life. Whatever it is that, gets you excited and feels magical to you, ask for more of it, focus on it, feel in and tune into it. As I'm talking about it, like my energy is changing and I'm shifting into a certain space energetically. And I'm probably doing that to invite you into that space as well. It's really lovely. And my heart, now I'm saying that, my heart's really opening because I can feel you all tuning in. It's really cool. 'Cause that's the way I am. So this is literally my invitation to come and join me in the space. It's so cool. And like, if I live in this energy, this space, then what's possible and what's not possible becomes possible. And that's the essence of magic. So focus on what you want to focus on. Focus on expanding great stuff in your life. Focus on being in that energy of magic to create more magic in your life. Like I always say to my clients and people, when you fall in love and you're in that blissful state and like all this great stuff happens and you don't notice any of the bad things and like it's just good stuff coming to you. If you live in that space and that energy all the time, like choose love or above, that magic, it becomes your reality without having to do all the, snogging and all the rest of it. I don't know. Although that'd be fun. But it's just like being in that place of magic and just having fun and enjoying yourself every day, like just being that is going to attract more wonderful, amazing things to you. So yeah, it's my invitation to join me in this feels really lovely space. So as this video goes out, my 21 Days to Ease is starting. So if you're watching this video, you can probably join the series afterwards, but if you're watching live as it starts and you want to sign up, come and join me for some ease, getting more ease into your life. And we're getting into this space, this magical space. I'm going to have 21 days of sessions and a few bonuses, which are very exciting. I can't talk about them yet, but they're going to be cool. Never done these things before, so something new. And yeah, we're going to do 21 days of session. So if you want to join me for 21 days to ease and sign up, the price will be going up after it's started. So if you're watching this live, get in quick. I might keep it off for the first week and then put it up. I don't know. I've just got such a gorgeous energy bubbling for this series. I'm very excited. So come and join me for some magic and ease. Okay, well, anyway, my brain's empty, so I think we've exhausted the subject for now. So why not spend some time every day, just a couple of minutes in the morning, in the evening, just tuning into that space of magic, whatever that energy is for you. What gets you into that state? What if you got into that state at the beginning of the day and then just played in that energy all day long? What difference would it make in your life? What could you attract into your life vibrating in that way? And what would disappear? It'd be really fun. So if you've got any cool thoughts or comments, please write them in the comments. Comments in the comments is a good place. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, help grow the channel a little bit, and we can reach more people, spread the magic a bit further. And I hope you have a wonderful day, or magical one. Bye.